Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of season 1 of the Schalke career, and we're going to play the first game against Freiburg here. You're going to see the goals that we score unless it's some big highlights and it's like a very boring game that I have to show those. I'm recording this one again now after the World Cup final. What a final it was. Messi finally solidified himself as the GOAT of world football in my opinion. The greatest World Cup final I've ever watched, and like it just is the greatest World Cup final ever. And let's get into this episode, and I hope we can put up some similar performances to Messi and Argentina in this career mode. But first of all, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, don't miss a video. Let's get into this one up against Freiburg and hopefully win to start our episode off the way we want to. And in that position you need to just get it out, Kraus up. That's positive play. Porter into Salazar, the Uruguayan, opens the scoring here. After almost a mistake at the other end that almost cost us a goal, we score one at the other end. Kraus with a great ball into Torada, it's a good movement from him. He gets the ball to Salazar. He puts the ball into the back of the net. You see that ball into Torada, he plays the ball there. And this camera isn't really working, but the goal goes in and we 1-0 up here. A couple of players that I want to bring in as well for future signings with Volt. Tracing down Gregoritsch, who shoots and scores, and we're back level here. And again I'm left wanting by Swallow in net. Like, it's poor defending to be fair, like, but Swallow, yeah, it needs to do better. He needs to come out and get, like, he needs to just, I don't know, it just shouldn't be beaten there. Vandenberg, great challenge. What referee, man. That was a great challenge there. We are up against 15th place Freiburg, so I don't expect us to beat them. We're 9th though, so. And we just conceded a free kick. That shouldn't have been a free kick to begin with. And Gregoritsch, the guys on the yellow card, have scored twice against us. And bring it on Larson, bring it on Moore. It's a great free kick, and when I throw in. And we're going to lose this game. It's a great challenge from Moore there. And the referee's going to blow the whistle. It's a 2-1 loss to Freiburg. And it's just a point was deserved. Okay, for this game up against Frankfurt here, we're going to play the highlights of this one, and we're going to make a Youth Academy debut because Torada is asked to leave the club. He's not getting game time and he just isn't performing, so we're going to let that happen. We're going to sell him in a January transfer window, and we're going to either replace him with our Youth Academy player, but just promote if he plays well, or we're going to make a signing that's maybe an older player so the Youth Academy players can go out on loan and come back, and then that player gets sold or leaves the club via retirement or something like that. But let's get into this game against Frankfurt and hopefully get a win up against the 11th place team. Okay, so the first highlight goes to us, and it's a penalty in the 5th minute, and Porta, the captain, is up taking it. Our striker, who's in decent form, not incredible form, but decent form. He scored one last episode. Can he score one in this one? He does. He beats Kevin Trapp in the opening 5 minutes and scores this penalty to kick off the scoring. Now, second highlight's going to go to Frankfurt of a set run here in the 30th minute, or 29th minute actually. Looks like a pretty decent attack for them. We don't really have the paciest defence, but Mario Götze isn't the paciest forward. Just put him off slightly, but he still scores. He beats Swallow and gets him back in the game. Mario Götze scores. It's 1-1. Now Frankfurt have a counter attack in the 83rd minute here. Okay. A lot of the game's gone by, nothing's happened. Graham Mawani, what a game he had in the World Cup final. And Mario Götze for a second time, this time saved by Swallow. And it's cleared away. Okay, we've got a free kick in the 85th minute here. Now a point is a good result for us up against Frankfurt, who are down in 11th, we're 9th. But you just feel that a win here is what we need. We're going to dink that in there. It's cleared. Only as far as Grammel. Gets it into Krau. Not really finding anyone we can shoot with, but we find Larson. Comes up to Salazar. He shoots, but saved by Kevin Trapp. And now Frankfurt have an attack in the 88th minute here. Not like this. Don't do us like this game. Koda Mawani. Denied by Volt. Love to see that from him. Now they have one more attack, literally the exact same attack as last time pretty much, on the right hand side here. in the 90th minute. Mawani plays it into Madagascar, back to Mawani. Plays it all the way back to Kamada. Mawani now. Denied by Vogt for a second time. And we get an attack of Sosa, 90th minute. And they counter attack from that attack they just had. Can we get something going? Here's Salazar with an awful first touch there. He keeps it alive. And Larson, the shot from range is off the crossbar. It had Kevin Trapp beaten. And it's a 1-1 drop against Frankfurt. I'm going to play the highlights of this game as well, up against Hoffenheim. We're up in 6th place, we're in 9th place, so a win here would be impressive. Well, at least a draw. We'll take a draw, obviously a draw would be a very good result for us at this point in the season. And it's going to be the battle of the Volks, the older Volks playing for Hoffenheim and the younger Bancomer playing for us at Schalke. Let's get into this game and hopefully get a victory or a draw up against Hoffenheim. So here we go, getting an attack early on here, the first highlight, 7 minutes in. If it's Kraus on the ball here, we've got Larson making a run down the right hand side here. He's got to the ball first. Can he take it inside? He can't because Apogoma gets there before him. And in the 20th minute here, obviously wearing the white going to the left, and the blue going to the right. And Kraus. Kraus now finding Aydin.
Really the result they wanted. Today I think will be a tough game though. They certainly need to match their opponent's work rate.
I hate when it does a heel-to-heel flick one, you know, because that's how you pull off a Trivela. I'm trying to do a Trivela pass there because they work in that position. There we go, it's more. Into Porto, hits it from range, it's blocked by Vogt. And half an hour with their first attack, 37 minutes in. Calling on our Vogt to do something defensively if it's needed. It's Andrej Kramaric, part of the Croatian side that finished third in the World Cup. Still now down to Promel. Vogt went in there, didn't get the ball, but Karanoglu comes in. That was actually Salazar that went in, sorry. Now half an hour in the second half, our attack of their own here. This is a mid-table team. The mid-table side, we're not the most exciting team. Don't really create the most. Well, that's to come in the future, hopefully. That's what we're hoping. Our next generation. Let us see him perform. Our mid-table currently in the Bundesliga are one day going to be world champions and Bundesliga champions. And Pokal champions, obviously, as well. We want to win it all here at Schalke. And our plans to do some managerial management in this. If we get the Germany job, I'll take it. But Bebu plays it through, tries to get through, but Glemo's there. And half an hour, another attack here. If we can hold on to this game, a point against Hoffenheim, as I mentioned, is a big result for us. But Krausen brought on here. Now they have a free kick here in the 80th minute. We've conceded one this episode, so I hope they don't have the quality from the free kick spot to put it in. We're going to put a player back here because a point is worth a lot more. And it's off the crossbar. It won't let me select a player, but what happened? Okay, it's a 0-0 draw. There's handball in there by them, and it's a 1 point. And we get a point here. We'll take it. Get for this game against Amelia Bielefeld in the round of 16 of the Pokal. We're going to swing this one with a rotated side here, with some players that don't get to play that often, but high rated, so we'll hopefully get a victory here. And we're going to pick up a 1-0 win with loss and getting a goal, but Polster missed a penalty to make it 2-0. And we'll go through to the next round of the Pokal. Again, we've rotated the side here for this game against Werder Bremen, who we're going to sim because they are below us in the league, and hopefully can get a result against them. And we're going to pick up a 1-1 draw, Vandenberg coming on scoring, and Dutch gets a goal later on for them. I'm going to sim this game up against Union Berlin, who are below us in the league, and we've got a big game against Bayern Munich after this, like a day later, or 2 days later technically, so we're going to sim this with the first team, and hopefully they're fully fit by that time we get that game comes around. If we can go win against Union Berlin here. We get a 3-0 victory with Sonic winner scoring, Vogt getting a goal, and Polster scoring. Love to see that. Okay, so here we are, big game against Bayern Munich. As you can see, there's a big change to our team. We're going to be starting Meyer, our youth academy striker, always a centre forward, but he's 6'3", 18 years old. We're starting him because Polster's not fully fit for this one. He's on the bench though, and we're up against a very, very good Bayern Munich team. Now I'm not expecting to get anything from this game, but we'll beat Dortmund, to be fair, so we could get something up against Bayern Munich. If we do, it'll be incredible. It's going to be the battle of the sun. He's going to bring City on at some point to face his brother. Let's get into this one and hopefully get at least a point up against Bayern Munich. And Goretzka. Ball played forward here. It's Kraus there. Meyer. He's looked impressive and he scores. 13 minutes into his debut. He scores up against Bayern Munich to open the scoring nonetheless. It's a pretty good finish with the pressure that he's under as well to get it up and over Neuer. You can see he holds off the defender, sorry. He gets the shot away. It's a fantastic finish from the 18-year-old on his debut. Let's just watch it one more time. Gets underneath it, gets it up, and just under the bar. It's a free kick here. Leroy Sané to take it. We've had one go in, one hit the crossbar. They're gonna, no, they're not. Sané to hit it. Sané shoots, and it's up and over Schwallow. So it's questionable whether it should have gone in. Leroy Sané levels it for Bayern, sorry, or Dortmund. I want to see this again because Schwallow saved this. It's up and over him. We'll see it here. Adam. It's a good free kick. We'll let him have it. Get the player up and mispronounce his name the whole time. Gets it through to Meyer, who shoots and puts us back ahead. That's 2 goals in 30 minutes in his debut. Remember the name Meyer. Have we just found the next Gerd Müller, the next Thomas Müller, you know, the next great German striker? And it's Miroslav Klose, the next insert German striker here. Let's look at this. It's great work from my left back. Plays it in. And it's a fantastic finish as well. Aydin gets it into Kraus, who hits it. Powerful from range, and it's just over the bar.
Well, it wasn't quite the finish he was looking for. He just couldn't quite keep it on target.
Oh, Neuer. Neuer, you can't do that. You cannot. Inside the first half, in a Bundesliga game, he's 64 rated striker, I believe he is. Has scored a hat-trick against Bayern Munich. And the trick that I pulled off a few times is FIFA. Just reading it. Neuer makes a mistake. And Meyer capitalises and puts us 2 goals to the good here. Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane. That's just the quality of Sadio Mane. That's the quality of the Senegalese superstar. He just made our defenders look like what they are. Unproven talents on a big stage. Does well to get around Vogt and Vandenberg, which isn't easy. But he did it as if they weren't even there. It's a great finish as well to go past Schwallow. Ride out the rest of this game. Salazar. Meyer. Into Salazar. Salazar up over the top. In towards Meyer. But Dudit is there. Larson, no. Can he win the header? Yes, he can. And it's a 3-2 victory over Bayern Munich. In the best performance I've seen from this team. And that man, remember the name. Okay, well, after that impressive win up against Bayern Munich, we're going to send this game up against 17th place Bochum. If we get a victory up against them, if we can beat Bayern, we lose to Bochum. Okay, well, on the 1st of January, we made the permanent signing of Tom Kraus. We've made the loan a permanent signing for 6 million. He's going to be on 16.5k here at Schalke, so he's on there on a 5-year contract. No release clause, and one thing I'm going to do is use some of the money that we've got. We've got 15 million left in our budget. I'm going to go through the squad hub and remove some release clauses on big players. But Tom Kraus joins us here, permanent deal. And yeah, it's going to be a fantastic player for the future, and I just hope we can continue building the team around this man. And following in Tom Kraus through the door is the centre back on loan from Liverpool, Sepp Vandenberg. We're going to make him a permanent deal for 4.3 million, lower rated, less today's value. Liverpool, we're trying to get some players from us, so we utilise the glitch where you can get players for cheaper. Didn't intend to, but there's a player that I want to sign for a little bit of a storyline in this Chrome Road, and Vandenberg makes a permanent signing to Schalke alongside Tom Kraus. And completing our third and possible final signing of the window, we brought a former Schalke player back to the club. and you're both to tell who that is in a second here. You put some people already know who this is, so we can convert it to a centre mid. Formerly of Crystal Palace, now playing for Luzern over in Switzerland. We're bringing in Maximilian Meyer. We're going to convert to a centre mid, as I mentioned. He's going to be on the bench as a rotational player. And I think he could be a very good squad player for us. For this career mode up until we don't need him anymore. Okay, well, to end the episode, we're going to take on Borussia Dortmund here, and we're going to play the highlights of this one like I did last time. It is the derby, but because this episode is a fairly decent length, we're going to just play the highlights of this one because I've got a decision that I want you guys to make in the comments below, or at least just give me your opinions on it. But we're going to play this game up against Dortmund here. As you can see, Krau's in the line because he's complaining about his game time currently, so we don't want to lose him. Get a pretty good amount of money for him. We could get up to like 15 mil, 16 mil for him if we did decide to sell him. But I do want to keep him for now because he's a very good squad player and a very good player when we need him. So we're going to play this game up against Dortmund on the highlights, and if we get a victory or at least a draw.
Including the 4-4 draw in 2017 for Borussia Dortmund against Schalke.
Okay, so the first highlight goes to us in the 11th minute. Obviously we're starting Meyer up front again. He played well up against Bayern, so we're going to give him this opportunity here. One thing I didn't do for this game was convert to actually make the position a centre forward. So that's what I did in that game, and it worked out. But it's through ball there. Would have been offside if it worked out. But Dortmund now in the 22nd minute have an attack. Talking Hazard bringing the ball down. Van den Berg can't make the tackle. Sebastian Haller, but Flick gets in there. It's not been converted to a centre back yet, but it shouldn't take too long. I didn't expect it to take this long to make him a centre back, but apparently it has. I don't get how, but it's where it is. Larson. Kraus now out here to Aydin. Aydin holds off player there. Kraus gets it back out to him. Aydin into the box. Now Meyer shoots. And what a special talent we've found here. The 6'3" centre forward, 18 years old, has already bagged 4 goals for us in 2 games. It's absolutely incredible. Should it be starting over Polter? I think he does. I think we start him over Polter. And Polter is the rotational striker, but what a goal that was. And now Dortmund look to do the same here, up against us. Get ball played in, but Vogt heads it clear. We did get an offer for Ajax from him, but I just had to block offers for him for now. He's the homegrown talent, he's our captain when Polter doesn't start. I think he stays there for 2-3 seasons, depending on where we are in the league and everything, and where he is in his career. We'll make the decision then, but Vogt, no, it's Meyer this time actually back there getting it away. Now in the second half we have a counter-attack in the 66th minute. There's a through ball here to Meyer that we could play. Krau, and he finds it as well. Meyer, can he get forward enough? Can he get the shot away? Can he score? No, he can't. Gregor Kobel makes a great save. That's the quality of Kobel shining through, and Dortmund are actually doing quite poor this season. We did beat them last time we faced them, obviously. Ball played over the top here though. Vogt chasing back. Julian Brandt now. And Vogt, what a challenge from our captain. The homegrown talent. A man from Schalke puts in the challenge. But yeah, as I mentioned, Dortmund are only in 7th. We're only 4 points behind them, so a win here will put us 1 point behind them. Marco Reus heads it up, but Meyer gets it clear. We get another victory over Dortmund. We beat them twice in the same season. And what a performance that was. Only 1-0 victory, but Meyer scores. Vogt, very good defensive performance. The future is looking bright for us. Well, after the surprisingly incredible episode here, we're up to 8th place, and as you can see, we are quite a few points off the league leaders. Yeah, I've beaten Bayern Munich, we've beaten Dortmund, we've beaten some big teams, and putting some incredible performances. We are in 8th, as you can see. 7 wins, 5 draws and 6 losses. Only 1 on the goal difference because we considered 1 less. And one thing I wanted to mention at the end of the episode is, do we make a signing that could be a nice little storyline for this rest of this season, maybe a little bit of season 2. I'm going to see a bunch of players out on the list, a bunch of young talents that I just scouted to see how rated they were, and Lunin, who we could buy in season 2, depending on how much money we get for season 2, he could replace Swallow. And if we don't get enough, and I don't know, because we could buy him now, we have the money to buy him now, I think, just about. But I think we make the signing in season 2. Swallow's on loan here, we could make the permanent signing of Swallow for cheaper. But I think I would rather upgrade to Lunin or someone else. let me know in the comments down below which goalkeeper we would get. I do want a young goalkeeper, or maybe like a not necessarily like, you know, they don't have to be 19, you know, but like a player that we can develop and become our first team, like a great goalkeeper, or maybe an older goalkeeper who would be willing to be, you know, a goalkeeper for us. I can see he's got Gitcher here, the guy from Hertha Berlin. He's got a face kind of talent that I do want to bring in this career mode. I think he could be quite good for us. So maybe in season 2 we'll make this signing happen, because we've got a bunch of older centre backs leaving the team. So this guy could come in alongside like Orko and everyone like this. We have Eric Martel here from Köln. We've got Kierkegaard, we've got Suttdemir, we've got Ulrich, and Andrei Kaminski, I believe, is going to be the player that I want to talk about. Yes, there he is. Mesut Ozil, a product of Schalke's youth academy. Obviously things haven't gone too well for him in recent years. He left Arsenal, he was kind of forced out of Arsenal unfairly in my eyes. He's still performing great for them, just he wasn't wanted by, was it Mikel Arteta that got rid of him? Might have been, I'm not sure if it was Arteta, but it might have been Arteta. He's playing for Başakşehir right now, and was he released by Başakşehir? I don't know, but he's still at Başakşehir in Career, so I think he's still there in real life. But he's got some decent stats for us. Obviously he could be a very, very good player, rotating in and out the team at 34 years of age. We could bring him back. He's only worth 3 million. Well, 4 million I should say actually. He's only worth like 4.5 million I say for him. And yeah, he could be a very good player for us to bring back. Obviously the storyline, Özil returns to Schalke for one last hurrah maybe. Let me know in the comments down below if you think we should bring him in, or maybe. And maybe even in season 2 we're bringing Julian Draxler to bring him back to Schalke. You know, for these storylines, we've got Maya coming back, we've got Özil possibly coming back this episode, Draxler in season 2. And in the transfer budget we currently have 9 million, so we couldn't bring in Luna right now. I don't think I want to bring in anyone else other than Özil, unless there's a player that you think we should sign instead of Özil. Let me know. And yeah, this is our team is currently looking. We've got quite a few youth academy players coming through that are going to play more in the future. We're going to start Maya as the starting striker because he deserves it. And Krau is a player that could be on the verge of leaving. He's 24.77 rated. I just don't, like, I need to start him. I don't know where we start him. It could be a fullback. We've already got backup fullbacks. It could be a centre back. We've got backup centre backs. And it could be, he obviously plays midfield. He's actually high rated as a centre back than a centre mid. That's interesting. Obviously we have Gramo that can play centre back. Machuchani here can play centre back. We've got Brunner can play centre back. He's obviously a fullback. We've got Ujvin here, or was it Ujven or something like that. I can't remember how to pronounce it. We've got a bunch of players down here we're looking to learn out, like Juric, Malic, and Meyer. And got a bunch of players we're looking to sell, like Kolajak, who's going to leave. Heklin, Langer, Malay, Kaminski, Drexler's going to leave as well. Some Latso, Cisse. Going to look to clear out the club. Obviously, Farmer's our backup keeper, not played for us yet. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if we should bring back Mesut Ozil to be rotated out in the team like Max Meyer is going to be. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.